What is up, guys? This is Heartless Gamer here, coming with you to another Fallout 76 video. Today I'm going to be showing you the Scorch Queen beast, killing it, and give you some tips on it and stuff like that. So we're going to get started here. For those who aren't familiar, you got to launch a nuke and do the Enclave event first. The Enclave, get in the Enclave, become general rank, and then you got to launch a nuke. I have a video for that on how to launch a nuke that can be found in the description below, and also by going on my channel and looking at all my Fallout 76 videos, you will find that as well. Anyway, so once you do all that fun stuff, you can launch a nuke from either Alpha, Bravo, or Charlie site. It doesn't matter. That's more of a personal preference, but you got to launch it on this area here. As you can see, that red area, that is the fusion site that you got to launch it on. So I'm going to give you a couple quick tips here, and kind of just guide you guys through this whole thing. My first tip is going to be this, is that you need at least 6 people to do this. I found that as the minimum amount of people that we've done it with so far, and they all have been at least level 50 or higher, 50 to 60. We've had a couple 150s in there, 120s, stuff like that. That also helps as well. Also, you need people that are experienced, and you need to have power armor. It makes a big difference when you have power armor in here. Also, you're going to not just have the Scorchbeast Queen in here, you're also going to have all sorts of levels of Scorchbeast in here. You're going to have Mylark Queens, stuff like that, and those things in here, Kings. You're going to have the Ghouls, Scorches. There's also all kinds of stuff, Bloaters, stuff like that. You're going to have to continuously fight while you're fighting them. So my other tip is this. You're going to want to have... it's best to wait for it to land, we found, because you can seem to do the most DPS when it's on the ground. It lands quite often on the ground. I'm not saying that you can't damage it in the air. I mean, if you have a great build for that, then by all means go ahead. But it seems that we did the most damage when it actually physically landed on the ground. So that's that tip for you. So you're gonna continuously keep going, and you're gonna damage it about halfway, and once it gets to the halfway mark, it's gonna regain all its health. It's a legendary. All the legendaries do that. They at some point will regain their health. It doesn't matter how much DPS you put on it and what. It's gonna at least do it once or twice. We've had it done it twice in this when we were doing it. So just to keep that in mind, that you're probably going to have that happen a couple of times. So don't be alarmed in when that happens. It's pretty normal as far as that goes. So yeah. So the next part is the area in which that you're in. You're also gonna have like these giant pods of stuff that glow yellow. Be careful going in them. Once you get trapped in there, you will die pretty much instantly. As you can see here, you see the Scorch Queen. It landed, and the beasts were kind of killing it. You see how much more DPS we were doing into it as we physically waited for it to land. This is what I was talking about here a few minutes ago when I said you should wait for it to land. That is your best opportunity to actually physically do damage to it. It's a lot harder to shoot it in the air because it is constantly moving and doing its thing, trying to stun you guys with its what do you call it? The sonar thing that it does, or whatever you want to call it. So keep that in mind as well. But back to what I was talking about, the things you fall into them, you'll lose everything and you can't get your bag back. At least I haven't had a chance to. So if you can, by all means, let me know how you did it, because I would like to know. Because it's happened to me twice now when I attempted this. This was my second try doing this, and we did finally get it. First try was a bunch of random people who didn't really know what they were doing. And yeah, there are a couple issues that it seemed to come. It gets very laggy doing this. I guess launching a nuke in general is laggy, but it got extremely laggy when people would throw grenades and use certain types of explosives. So keep that in mind. Try to refrain from using explosives, while at least for now, while it's kind of early in the game. Maybe if you're watching this, I don't know, 6 months later down the road or whatever, it might not be that bad. The servers might have more stabilization. But as of right now, they were highly laggy, and we tried to refrain as much as possible from launching a grenade for that simple fact. We were trying to be cognizant of the idea that we don't want people lagging out, and they did, of course. So yeah, just keep that in mind. You can see here, you just saw a couple of my guys jump up. That's what I was talking about earlier, when people with high level and they have the mutations, they get to, like, when they get this low, the Scorchbeast Queen, you actually can physically jump up and hit it. If you use your VAS too, You can also do a substantial amount of damage if you are mutated. I know they were telling me they were doing like 12 to 1500 damage with their mutations when they had 2 people and then a single person who didn't have mutations. So that's just something to keep in mind too. Having mutations can and will help you in this process for the better. That's just something to keep in mind here. You can see here, we're about to get it to halfway and it's going to regain all its health. This was something frustrating when we first did it. We were like, oh, okay, yeah. But then we were like, it kind of dawned on us as like, okay, it's a legendary, it's going to do that. That's something to keep in mind as well. Legendaries tend to do that, and it's just something that you can't really control as part of the game. As you can see, it just regained all its health there as we continue to fight it. You can see it flew off. Yeah, all this stuff is spawned back. And that's pretty much it for that part. You're gonna see that it continuously will come back and forth and stuff like that. So I'm gonna pretty much speed this up for you guys, so that way it's not, you know, drastically long. There's not much more as far as tips that I could think of to give you guys. So yeah, I'm gonna speed this up for you guys, just so I'm gonna cut all this out so you guys don't have to watch all that. The rest of it, it's pretty simple. I give you all the tips. We used melee weapons, obviously, seem to be more effective, but if you have a build for guns, by all means use those. And just keep in mind that the people that you have with you, make sure they're decent. And I'm gonna just pretty much speed it up for you guys so you can just kind of see the end here, kind of stuff you get and all that stuff. All right. Alrighty, guys. So we are back here. So just kind of give you a recap with this point, as we're to the point where it's almost dead. It's about 40% of the health left. It all the way regained, and now we're pretty much. This is the second to last push that we made. Going to this. We put a lot of damage into here to the point where we almost killed it, and it started to take off here. So that is something to keep in mind. Like, you'll probably get to the point like where we did, and it will actually take off. And then I think at that point we pretty much just started to shoot it because it had like maybe like 10% of its health left, if that. See right here, it's about to take off on us, and we were like, oh, watch it take off, and that is actually, yeah, literally did. So you can see it shoots at us, it stays above, and then people just start to shoot at it, and you can see it as it goes down. It's fairly quickly there, and I think we had maybe 7 minutes left. Yeah, we're on the 750 mark here, as it had like 5% of its health left. So they're kind of gunning it down, and it starts to get low to the ground, and yep, that pretty much ends it for the Scorch Queen. Yeah, and like I said, it's a fairly simple task. There's stuff that comes around and stuff like that. So, but it's kind of cool to see that, like, you know, you finally get to do it. It's kind of rewarding at the end when it's like, oh yeah, you beat it, yoo-hoo, you know. So this is something that's kind of cool. I think it's really rewarding. Like, it's finally, you know, done the first time you did it. You know, I'm sure after like that, it just kind of gets old. Like, we had a guy who did it 8 times. He said it kind of gets old after a while. It's like, oh, okay, cool. Well, thanks for helping us anyway, you know. But yeah, so you can see here, I started to use this Gatling gun because it's, you know, pretty good against the Scorchbeast at the end here. You can see this is what we're talking about, where we started to shoot it. It got pretty low to the ground. You saw my buddy just jump up there and try and hit it. And that's pretty much it, guys. As far as that goes, I know we got a couple good plans. And you'll see them probably pop up here. And some decent stuff inside. Got some decent XP. You can see there we got some legendaries, some plans, stuff like that. This anti-armor shish kebab. It looks pretty good. So I'm gonna give that a test out, and you know, stuff like that. But yeah, guys, tell me what you think. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoy. I will see you guys next time. Tell me what you think about this. What do you think about Fallout so far, and about like this whole video. Any feedback you'd like to give, stuff like that. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys next time, and I'm out of here. Bye.